Hello everyone, welcome to my February edition of For the Love of Crafting and Sharing. It's a year-long collaboration with a bunch of YouTube scrappers getting together and accepting challenges every month. So our challenge or theme for February is called Show Some Love. And it's about scrap lifting. So we're supposed to pick a layout that we want to scrap lift and figure out how to make it our own. So here is the one that I have selected. I found this on Pinterest and it's from Dearly D. She has a YouTube channel, but this came up on Pinterest showing that it actually was on her Instagram. So you could look either place and find her. But she does have a YouTube channel as well, and I subscribe because I love all of her stuff. So I'm not surprised that this came from her. So I'm looking at a traveler's notebook layout here, which I want to do in my own traveler's notebook that I used to do layouts and journal about books that I read. And I have a separate series for that. So this is kind of a combo of both things, the collaboration and my books series. So I know I want to use this photo, which I think will work well given the size that she has here. It looks like maybe it's 3x4 or something similar. And I know I have some of these elements that I can work in. I have stamps that I can do here. I have flags or pennants that I can work in. Definitely have stars. I have tons of stars, stickers, and acrylic and all types of embellishments. The only part that concerns me here is, if you notice in the background here, it looks like she's done some painting maybe. And I actually gave all of my paints away. I think might even be 2 years ago now, because I found that I wasn't using them. I don't have any gelatos. I don't have anything like that anymore because I just wasn't using them. So I may have to get a little creative with that and use a marker or maybe steal some watercolors from my kids. I mean, I don't know, but I'll have to come up with something in order to make it look like that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim down this photo a little bit because I noticed I took this in my car, I think, after I picked this up from the library. And you can see a little bit of my coat there, which is kind of a fuchsia color. And I don't want that showing so much. I really want the red to be what pops. So I'm going to cut it down. It was 3x4. So I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more, maybe like so. And trim off a little bit at the bottom where that's almost gone, and I could maybe put something there too to cover up the rest of that, but I do like that better. So I'll start with that size photo and see how it goes. Because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do to get this effect on the left-hand side, I'm actually going to start with the right side. It'll be easier for me, I think. And I want to look at how she's got this double pennant here, a larger one and a smaller one. I do have a bag that's all pennants and flags that I got, most of them as digital files. I printed them out and cut them at home, but some of them came that way in kits and different things, so I have those. But like this one, there are very few that are wide, so I'm going to look through that. But I also have this punch. This is an older one. I think this is from Stampin' Up. Yes, Stampin' Up. That makes banners and pennants like that. So if I don't like anything I have there, I could just make my own. So I've decided I am actually going to use that one that I pointed out previously, this one, for the bigger pennant like she has here. And then I remembered I also have these. These are epoxy pennants that I made myself. I had a tool, it was made by Epiphany Crafts. I had a tool where you could just put in any paper you wanted. There we go. And then they had epoxy caps that you just inserted, and when you press down, they adhered together, and this is what you got. So I'm going to look through there and see, here's the one that has some red on it, see if I have any that have red or black or something that I might like, and see if it'll work with this. So I separated out these options, and I really like the black, but I think I do need a red in there to bring in a pop of color. It's going to be sort of opposite of what this shows, where she has blue, I'll have white, and where she has white, I'll have the red. But I'm more about the shape and the size right now than I am the way the color, if the color matches. So I think I'm going to use this one as the larger and then overlap with that one somehow on that right-hand page. All right, I've adhered those two pieces to the page, and I actually ended up cutting off a little bit of this one. It just felt like it was too long. It was definitely longer than what this showed. So I just attached it and then cut off the excess, but otherwise I'm liking the way that looks. And then I notice here she also has a star overlapping on the right hand side and then a little word sticker. So I'm going to go in search of those items next. I did find some stars that I want to use. I've kept 4, probably just for the other side, but on this side I took one and overlapped it just like in my photo here that I have. And then I need to find a phrase for that side as well. I've pulled out my Tim Holtz Big Chat stickers that I've had forever to see if there's something in here that I can find that will work. And I think it's going to have to be black rather than the white on black because the background has so much white in it that the black will stand out more for sure. I chose to use the sticker that says shine because the story in the book is about a young woman who works in a factory in Paris and ends up meeting and eventually falling in love with Edouard Manet, the painter, and becomes his muse. She becomes a model for him and ends up living with him. And she rises out of her circumstances where she thinks nothing's really going to happen with her life, and then incredibly it does. And so I want to put shine on there because there's a lot of talk in the book about when he paints her that she is just illuminated, and her portraits shine brighter than anything else he's ever done. So I thought that was appropriate. And I know on the other side, I want to use 2 stickers, beautiful and girl. And I have both of those available. So I want to use those over here on this side. But first I have to figure out what else I want to do over here. I need a bigger phrase that I can stamp out. And then it's a little hard to see maybe, but right here kind of in the midst of her journaling, she also stamped something there. So I need a phrase for that as well. For the right hand side in the midst of the journaling, I have picked out this stamp set that I have, and hopefully the camera will pick it up. It's by Carrie Bradford Studio. It's called Read. Not sure if it's still available, but that's who makes it. I'm going to use this one that says A Good Story. And I'm going to do it in red, but I'm not sure which red. I'm going to do both of these. I'm going to stamp them out and just see what I like. Judging from the photo I have, I think this one's going to be the better match, but I haven't used this one a whole lot, so I'm not sure what it actually looks like when it is dried on paper, so I'm going to try them both. I tried both colors, and they're quite different. This top one, which is the lighter one, matches the photo better, but the bottom one matches this better. So I think I might use both. I think I may stamp in the lighter so that it's opposite from the picture. And then when I do my background to match what Dearly D had, I actually pulled out my markers. I have real red, which is this lighter red right here. And so then I can make that match on this side. Here's where we are now. I did my stamping and then I took the marker and just scribbled on the other side to sort of copy what she had in her background there. And then I can take my photo and place it over the top. I have adhered the photo and the word stickers and the stars on the left side. I decided to actually go with the black on the white sticker. I tried the reverse first and I didn't like it. The black was too dark against this background, so I took that off and replaced it with this. So I have all that done now. And I noticed that in the background here, it looks like she stamped little stars. And I did find a stamp set where I can just pull this star out and use that to mimic what she did there. And then I also found a phrase that I want to use here that matches hers. It's a lot smaller than what she has there, but I want to use this one that says Dare Greatly. And this stamp set, this is called Truth Bomb 2017 from Kelly Perky, in case you like what's on it and you want to find it. There you have the phrase that I stamped in there. Now I'm going to do all of the little tiny stars. And at first I thought I was going to do a mix of red and black, and now I've decided not to. I'm actually going to stamp in a color that is similar to this. It'll bring out those stars and the facial tones here. It is called, oh boy, what is it? Does it say on here? River Rock. You can barely see it. This is very old. River Rock from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to do that around the pages, and I'll be back. I've done my final stamping, but I want to show Dearly Dee's layout here first, just so you can see what it looks like. And then my version. I have not journaled. I normally do that off camera. But here's my version with the stamping done of the little stars around the page. So I like it. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to pull it off, but I think I made it work with my own style and the products that I had on hand. And I can't wait to do the journaling. Thanks for watching, everyone.